every good Optimus deserves a nemesis, don't you think? This, of course, is the AS Toys KO of the Studio Series 86 Optimus Prime, but done in Nemesis Prime colors. And he's going to be our focus this time around in the latest GotBot True review. Hey one, hey all, welcome back to the channel. I'm your host, your most humble of hosts, Dennis Moulton, aka GotBot. As always, please like, comment, share. Of course, subscribe, and while you're at it, light them up, baby. Hit that notification bell, please. Helps me out a ton, let you know when content of all sorts goes up here on the channel. Check out Machinery of Man, The Everything Factor, all the groups that I'm either a mod or an admin for, as well as all of my social media links. All of that's in the description down below. Also in the description down below, and if you're in a position to help the channel to grow, you can use the donate link. Check us out on Patreon. See what we have to offer to you through spring, or of course hit the join button at any given time and become a channel member. And this is the KO of the Optimus in Nemesis Prime colors. Is it any good? How true is it to the original? Does it work as a Nemesis Prime? All of that's going to be answered when we head over to the table and take a closer look at this guy. And yes, indeed, this is the AS08 Nemesis Prime coloration of Iron General, their take on the Studio Series 86 Optimus Prime mold. And the box looks exactly the same as the regular version, the Shattered Glass version, I assume the Ultra Magnus version, where, I mean, you have this odd coloration with blacks and purples and stuff of Optimus. Iron General, it says AS08 over there, the little logo down there, same on the side, same on, well, not really on this side, you kind of see the mold there. And then on the back, there you go, it is what it is, not much in the box. There's a clamshell inside that does include a little matrix. It is plastic, not die cast or anything. I wish the little jewel in the middle was purple. Other than that, it's cool matrix. Not purple, red for Nemesis Prime. I was thinking Shattered Glass then because I mentioned him a moment ago. Oh, we have a red version of the axe that comes with Optimus. This one is a hard plastic, not that soft rubbery junk. And this gunmetal gray, it's a little lighter than gunmetal gray, almost silvery version of Optimus's ion blaster and the blast effect that goes with it. Again, it is a hard plastic, not the soft rubbery stuff. And here we have the real deal next to the KO, and they're very similar. I'm going to note this now before, I guess, anything gets said by anyone down in the comments or whatnot. There is another KO of the 86 mold, an MD05 or some such thing, that comes with inserts that can go in the chest, rubber tires, there's a seam on the thigh of 86 Optimus. They've moved that or some such thing so that you don't have the seam on the front of the thigh. It comes with the Starscream head and pylons and null rays and wings. It comes with like extra heads, and of course it comes with the trailer. It is significantly more expensive overall than what just getting the cab and a couple of little doodads is. So if you want the experience, I guess, of 86 Optimus, or the experience of the mold at least, without spending, I guess, a higher price point for all of those accessories, or without buying an actual Commander class version of Optimus, you could always get the AS Toys KOs, and you'll get the same experience. Not exactly the same thing, but you'll definitely get the same experience. Okay. That out of the way, it's also worth noting that AS Toys does have an add-on that does provide an extra trailer and all of those extra bits and pieces as a separate add-on. You never know, maybe we'll have a look at that at some point too. But for now, here we have the KO of Nemesis Prime and Optimus. We saw the transformation from robot to truck when we looked at 86 Optimus in episode 1208. And I said then, he's tremendous. He was like a 10. He's pretty much perfect. And this is a good approximation, but we're starting out in alt mode because now we will have an opportunity to basically see the transformation going back in the other direction. If we look at them kind of front on, very similar. The shape of the headlights here are a little more diamond-esque, I think, than these. I think these are more rounded. Otherwise, the front, I think, is pretty much the same. When we go to the side, again, I don't really see anything different there. These gas tanks are die-cast on the KO. On the back, oh, also, the other KO or the add-on kit here also gives you a piece to fill this in if you want it. It doesn't bother me, so I don't really care. The heels are assembled correctly on this one, and he still rolls like a champion, just like this. Rolls like a champion. And there you go, so you can get an idea of how they are. Just for the record, and just so you know, and if you were curious, we're going to take Optimus here out of it. If you really wanted or had an alternate trailer to go with this guy, like he can tow the trailer no problem. I'd really like to have an extra trailer that I could probably do some custom work with to go with this guy, because, as we all know, Nemesis Prime does by rights have a trailer, such as the Hasbro one from the Netflix trilogy. The only thing that I didn't like about the Hasbro one was I didn't like the Decepticon logo. I know that there are iterations where Nemesis Prime is a Decepticon. To me, he's a harbinger of Unicron, so I don't really dig him as a Decepticon. But I always liked the trailer. And honestly, I like the Siege mold. It was just odd to go with the trailer because it doesn't quite fit, not like the Earthrise mold would. So just taking that out of it, if you are actually curious if this trailer could work with them, pardon the cut, Starscream wife needed me for a moment. Plus, I was having trouble in the dark trying to see where you could put in the trailer. I mean, you can do this, and I guess it's okay, but the trailer definitely looks much too small for this Nemesis Prime. That's why you kind of need the Optimus, the 86 Optimus trailer. I like this, but I mean, yeah, it's a little too dinky for him, right? Alright, so now we can kind of get into the transformation of this guy. Remember what I said, this is kind of going from vehicle back to robot. It's really the same thing as 86 Optimus. So, we're going to begin, where do I want to begin? I think we'll begin by picking these sides off and picking this down, right? As long as we got that down, that's a good start. I think we will, get those down. I think we will also, fold the back tires in, fold the back tires in, and begin to bring these sections here with the wheel wells down. In fact, I guess you can bring them all the way down now. These are a touch smoother on the real deal than they are on the KO. We will split the legs, fold this down, and fold this down. We're also going to take the inside of the leg and fold it around to the shin. We're going to take the inside of the leg and fold it to the shin, open up a toe and a heel, open up a toe and a heel. Fold in the little connection on the 2 feet. Now, that's the lower body done. We can also bring the whole waist forward, and now we're going to stand the guy up, and I'm going to readjust the camera. Okay, now that we've got this done, we can come inside here and pick up, actually pick off the arms first, my mistake, and now pick up a rib and pick up a rib. There you go. These 2 sections here, they come out to the side, bit tighter on the KO than on the real thing, but not bad. And we can flip that faux grill down. With all of this up, we can now turn the faux grill around to the front, and we can rotate the upper body, the upper body around. Then we can put down that rib section, put down that rib section. We can come here to the back and pick up the head. By the way, rotating the head into the body and out of the body, infinitely easier on the KO. Infinitely easier. Now that we've got all of this done, we can also straighten up. Should be able to straighten up this. Why am I having such a time with this section? Okay, let's fold that grill piece in. Odd about that grill, that section there. You'll also notice that I have the arms way out. On my Optimus, they don't go all the way out. This butterfly joint here does not work on my Optimus. Now, I don't know if it's supposed to, or if this was put in extra or what, but that butterfly hinge, so to speak, does not work on my real Optimus. We're going to open that and bring out a hand. We're going to bring this arm down. We're going to rotate it forward correctly and bring out a hand. They're both down. And now I should be able to. What is going on with this thing? There we go. Yeesh. This can fold up. These fold up on the sides. That piece folds in. This folds in. That folds up on the side. This piece folds forward. The tire folds in. This folds down over the top of it, and it notches in here. If you got everything lined up, it notches in just behind the head. Oh, and this piece folds up over our guy's butt. And boom, in the end, here we have Nemesis Prime in his robot mode. If the real deal is a 10 for the transformation because of how buttery smooth it is, this is a 9.75. A couple of things like this piece was just ever so slightly janky with me. A couple of the edges that are rounded on the Hasbro are still a little bit sharper here. You know, luckily I'm able to use these hinges, but we'll talk about that a bit in articulation. But yeah, it's the experience of the 86, but you have to realize because it's a KO, the QC, I suppose, is just ever so slightly off. Nothing worth talking about, just ever so slightly off. And if you want to put that matrix inside, yes, you can still open this up, and yes, you can still open this up. I have an alternate matrix in there now that doesn't quite fit, but it stays in as long as the black piece here is pushed down. I love the red here, by the way. The axe, if you want to do that, you can still fold a hand in, and this still goes on over where his axe should be, basically, right? It fits just fine. And opening this out, and opening this out, and again, bringing the fingers all out. We can take the blaster and put it down in his hand, and again, that fits just fine, no problem. The guy is definitely an excellent version, an excellent look for Nemesis Prime. Here he is next to the official Hasbro version. And don't get me wrong, I like the Hasbro version. I get that the smokestacks aren't as high. I get that people have encountered the yellowing. Mine is ever so slightly changing, but nothing worth talking about. He stayed pretty good. But it's definitely a stylized look for Optimus. This looks like it jumped off the cartoon or whatever reference you want to make. So I'm going to take him out of it and put the KO next to the real deal. And I don't think I folded. There we go. And man, oh man, did they look good. I said when I got the 86 Optimus, a lot of people were like, oh, they'll probably do like the Dead Optimus, the Shattered Glass, the Nemesis. I was like, man, I'm not getting a bunch of Commander class offerings. It's too expensive. It's too much. At, you know, here in Canada, about $135 a pop. Like, it's just too much to get multiples of if you value your money. But this, though it doesn't have the trailer and whatnot, was like $27 or something like that. Like, it was cheap, very cheap, and definitely worth that. Less than the price of a deluxe. Yes, please. So, in terms of the transformation, like I said, 9.75. In terms of the look, I mean, when I think of Nemesis Prime, this is what I think of, right down to the black biceps. That's the one thing about the Hasbro version there that I didn't like, is that he had gray biceps. I'm like, no, Nemesis has all black arms, just like Optimus has all red arms. I'm going to say for the look, it's 10. I think that this is the quintessential perfect Nemesis Prime. I really, really, really do. I've heard that the other KO company is doing a version of Nemesis. I don't know what those colors will be like, but this, I think, is the absolute bee's knees for Nemesis Prime. So we have a 9.7 and a 10. Almost perfect. What about the articulation? How janky is that for a KO? Well, we have the head that goes left, right. I mean, up and down wiggle just like the real deal. The earpieces still move just like the real deal. The arms can T-pose all the way out. They can go all the way around. Elbow to 90 degrees, bicep swivel. All these tolerances feel great, by the way. The fingers, they open and close. The last three have a base pin knuckle. The pointer finger has a base pin knuckle and then another secondary knuckle. The legs, they can go all the way out to the side for full splits. They can go way back, getting the hip skirt out of the way, all the way forward. Thigh swivel, 90 degrees, a little over 90 degrees actually at the knee. Toe tilt, I guess heel tilt? No heel. I couldn't remember if the heel tilted or not. Ankle? Why is this one not ankling? Yeah, okay, there is an ankle. Ankles. Put that back down. And I think I've mentioned the backwards butterfly of the official, but because of how they're kind of toleranced in there, you don't get this really far butterfly across the body. Not on mine, and I never really thought anything of it, but maybe you're supposed to have that. Certainly goes across his body, and if you want to hold the Matrix in both hands, makes it real easy to do that. Not that it was hard anyway. I can't think of anything else I would want for the articulation. I really can't. Maybe a better ability to look up, maybe, but that's it. 10? I think it's a 10. This is, for a KO, this is phenomenal. If the real deal is a 10 across the boards, this is like a 9.8, 9.9. It's a very successful recreation. Of course, that being said, being a KO, perhaps your tolerances, or you'll have a little bit of mold degradation, or, I mean, you're taking your chances with a KO. But as far as my copy of the AS Toys, whatever it's called, KO of 86 Nemesis Prime, absolutely fantastic and fully worth the, 25, 30 bucks Canadian that I spent to get him. And here we are once again, and here he is. So, first things first, in terms of the materials, this feels very close to the official. Some people have said that they find this better than the official. I don't think I would go that far. I will say this, if you want the experience of the 86 Optimus without the cost, this is a great affordable way to go. It was like 25, 27, I don't know, 30 bucks Canadian or something, like it was not much. It does not come with a trailer, as you saw, but that's something that I'm working on. Don't worry about it, man. I am working on it. I really love how this turned out. I think I prefer the head because the flap that it's on just isn't as tight as the official. The edging and whatnot seems a little, I don't want to say sharp, but a little more crisp than it is on the official. I know that there's another KO company that's got the Optimus with the trailer and all the add-on parts, and I know that they're doing a trailerless Nemesis as well that has like extra heads and whatnot. I can't speak to how good that will be, or if that will have the rubber tires, or get rid of the seam down the leg, but I also don't know what that cost will be. I know what the cost of this was, and it was very comparable. When I do the transformation, it's very close to being as smooth as the official. Maybe a couple of slight differences. Interestingly, this one has that, like I said, butterfly joint forward, and I like that butterfly joint forward. I don't know if it's supposed to be there or if it's a happy accident. Like I guess it might be a poor tolerance, but I'm kind of glad it's there because it's great for putting the arm across the body. My official doesn't do that. I have the Nemesis version. But if you have the white version, if you have the Optimus version, you know, hopefully yours is just as good. I have not heard any complaints about this KO of Nemesis Prime. Some people would put a Decepticon logo on his arm. I prefer to think of him as a harbinger of Unicron. But fear not, if you've been wondering if this KO is worth it, in my experience with this mold, absolutely. And not for nothing, but the red that they use for the Nemesis Prime chest is very eye-popping in both robot and truck mode. Like I said at the beginning, every good Prime deserves a Nemesis, and this one suits just fine for me. I appreciate you guys coming by and giving me some of your extremely valuable time. I do know how important it is to you. If you're in a position to help the channel to grow, you can use the donate link. Check us out on Patreon. See what we have to offer to you through Spring, or of course hit the join button at any given time and become a channel member. Hit the subscribe button, man. Stick around. Stay with us. Have some fun. I'm so smitten with the red on this guy. Don't forget, not for a moment, not for a second, that you right there, you do make a difference in the world, and I look forward to the next time that you and I get together to have another visit, either in the live streams on Thursday nights, at the stop motion premieres, or the old-fashioned way right here inside the videos.